Good afternoon and welcome back to Me Being Cheap. I want to talk to you about the real cost of having a car payment and the real cost of buying new cars because they depreciate so much once you drive them off the lot. I have my whiteboard. I'm going to move a little bit closer so that you could see what was written on the whiteboard. And let me see. All right. So first of all, a quick Google search reveals that the average car payment is between $479 and $503. So on average, let's just say 500. And if you are in a family, maybe husband and wife, there could be two car payments. So that's already $1,000 out of your budget each month just spent in cars. And what we know is that cars go down in value, they don't go up in value. I did some reverse math, and to arrive at this car payment of about $500 a month, that's assuming $27,000 in principal. Average rate right now is 4.25%, and that is for a 60-month note or 5 years. So, just on that amount alone, if you pay this car off as prescribed over 5 years, just in interest alone, you're going to pay an extra $3,017, which makes your $27,000 car actually a $30,000 car. Now, what we know is that cars go down in value, and so your $30,000 car is not going to be worth anywhere near that at the conclusion of 5 years. So, I am going to talk to you about my own personal vehicles and give you some numbers regarding if I were to go out and buy those today at a new price or a used price. Okay, so I have a 1990 Nissan 300ZX, and I have a 1997 Ford F-150, and I have a 2002 Suburban. And let me say, I bought all of these used. I have had the Z for 1 year. I have had the F-150 for 11 years, and I've had the Suburban for 2 years. None of these vehicles has ever left me on the side of the road. So for the Z, when I first bought it, there was something wrong with the tail lights, and I had to buy an electronic part for the tail lights. And right now, it's running a little rough, so I'm doing a little troubleshooting, but it has never left me on the side of the road. The F-150, it seems to have some issues every now and then with wheel bearings and brakes. So that's about all the work I've had to do on that. The Suburban, I also had to do wheel bearings and brakes on it, as well as replace a shock. But as far as everything else, it's just been routine maintenance, such as oil changes, and batteries and so forth. So, the Z, I did buy it about a year ago, and I actually cannot remember how much I paid for it. It was a Craigslist special, and I paid between 3 and 5,000. I cannot remember if it was 3,000 or 5,000. I just paid cash for it off of Craigslist. The F-150, I bought it 11 years ago, and that was actually after the truck that originally belonged to our family had been wrecked, and so that was bought with some insurance money, plus at that time there was a note on it. That was before I became wise. Of course, that's been paid off years ago. I don't remember how much that truck cost, but it is an old truck. Okay, the Suburban, I've had it for 2 years, and I paid $5,000 for it. Now, just out of comparison, I did some Craigslist research this morning, and the going price on a Z that is comparable to mine is about $5,400. So maybe it did go up in value. There's not a whole lot of those being listed on Craigslist. The F-150, for the condition mine is in, I could sell it today for $2,500. And the Suburban now is between $3,500 and $4,000 for one that is comparable. So, the used vehicles still continue to decline in value, but nowhere near as much as a new one. So if I were to buy a new Nissan, and it wouldn't be a 300ZX because they don't make those anymore, it'd be a 370. Those are about 38,000. A new F-150 is about 60,000. A new Suburban is about 70,000. That's a lot of money. That's not even this example that we're using for a $27,000 vehicle. Okay, so these vehicles are more expensive than this $27,000 number I was using for the figure. So if I were to buy one of these new outright, my car payment is going to be way more than this average $500. Now, looking on the internet, if we were to buy one of these models that was 2 years older, so not a 2016 or a 17 model, but maybe a 2014 or 2015, a slightly used model, you could actually pick the Z up for 25,000, so that's quite a savings. You could pick the F-150 up for about 51,000, and you could pick up the Suburban for about 54,000. So these vehicles do depreciate a whole lot once you drive them off the lot. So my opinion, and that's just my opinion, it is not wise to buy a new vehicle. They cost too much. Even buying one that's 1 or 2 years old, I would not take out a car loan anymore, and obviously I don't have $25,000 saved up, so I wouldn't be able to get this anyway. But getting the used vehicles and taking care of them, doing the maintenance on them, and making a wise decision when you buy them, it could be a lot of money saved, because right now I don't have a car payment. But the average car payment that people do have is about $500. And again, if you are, a 2-parent household, a husband and a wife, and you both have a car, that's at least $1,000 out of your budget. So not only think about this extra amount in interest that you're paying, but think about this extra amount that's coming out of your budget. So $500 a month, $1,000 a month. Think about what you could do to make things better for yourself, put your family in a better position if you did not have those stinking car payments. So anyway, this is just my opinion, and I'm actually outside, so I'm going to put this down and turn the camera off. Thank you for watching. I sure do appreciate it. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave that below the video. I will respond. If you found this helpful, please feel free to like it, and that's the thumbs up, or share it with your friends via Facebook or what have you. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.